And we're back. There's people looking at us filming, so that's kind of awkward. But now we're on the network because I got a new phone to do this a little bit better. And then I forgot one step because it was snowing and that was a problem. So now we're back. What do you want to see instead of potatoes? We can actually show some stuff off.
Do we have potatoes?
Of course, sweet potatoes. No, I don't even have any sweet potatoes yet, even though I said I was going to do that tank. We can feed Murphy now that we have some.
Let's go do that.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. What's up, big guy?
Ooh, look how good this super red bristle nose looks around the corner. Murphy won't leave the camera alone. But it looks good, right? Yeah. Alright, let's feed this guy. Because no one else feed him today. We feed him quite a bit. Want some?
Oh, nice catch, buddy. Oh my gosh.
Raining clams, buddy. Well, if we get snowed out, he won't be able to eat. I gotta make sure he's full.
Will Cardinal Tetra school with Neon Tetras?
They will, yeah, usually.
He's slowing down.
Yeah, you can see his. Someone says they want to see him expand. His belly's expanding right now. How many online sales a day do you need to make up for the store being closed? On a day like a Saturday, we need roughly 100. We need 100 extra online sales to make that happen.
Did the shed arrive?
So the shed did arrive, but then they gave up. When they got here, they were like, "Oh, there's no way we can deliver this." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I said."
Puffers for a beginner.
Pea puffers. We've got them in the store. We can take you over there in a minute. You missed one right behind you. You're sitting on it.
He is a goober.
Right behind you.
You're sitting on your food.
Right behind you. Turn around. I'm gonna put this away. You better get it.
Yeah, I can show you the guppies real quick. So these are the fancy guppies. Just a mixed bag of everything. We just throw them in together, but some have been looking really good, like that guy right there.
Look at this betta.
Yeah, so these are the betta Mac something. I'm not sure. It's a wild betta. We didn't put a tag on it because we thought someone was gonna take it home. So this is the female. Looks pretty good. Nice stripe there. Nice blue. But look at that pencil fish right there. That's all red. That's a nice looking pencil fish.
Yeah.
No, the Macrostoma's down here. Macrostoma looks way different, trust me.
Grab some food.
Look at that guy. So if you guys follow my Instagram, you can see a picture of him eating a whole cube that he stole from all these Colombian tetras. My Instagram is Jimmy Gimbal. Pretty easy to find.
Feeding them some Vibra bites. Yeah, I find it strange that people have problems with their fish not eating the Vibra bites because everything in the store like loves it. Like, they're going after them.
So the Macrostoma, macro meaning large and stoma meaning mouth. It's just a large mouth betta.
They're also a mouth brooder.
Dropping knowledge. What would cause a shrimp to die after molting?
A lot of times they get attacked by other fish because they're real weak. Could be also got stuck in the shell a bit. Alright, what else we got worth looking at? These caught my eye when I came in today. I still love the balloon swords.
They're so weird looking.
They are weird. I think that's why I love
like
them, because
this
there's
one.
something different. There's something different than I see every day. I'm just gonna keep feeding stuff to this. That's my job. That's right, Vibra bites, people.
Shout out to Robert.
Yeah, Robert's the one that found out that these were so amazing.
Do pea puffers eat Vibra bites? We're about to find out right now.
I mean,
Actually, they do though.
yeah. The problem is you gotta get it come down off the top of the water.
So you just throw it in there so it comes down.
I hope they do it on camera, because we always look dumb when we say yes and then they don't do it. I haven't seen any of them eat it yet.
They're eating off the floor.
Oh, there they go. Yeah, now that they're on the bottom, they'll eat them.
This guy's trying to eat it.
Yep. Alright, well. Keep feeding. Cherry shrimps are looking good. Right here.
These are the threadfin rainbows.
Yeah, cherry shrimps.
These are looking really good. Cherry shrimp looking extra nice. These are the red sakuras.
I should just bring all these leaf fish home. I love these things.
We usually have a piece of Anubias in here that's large and they hide inside underneath it and stuff.
Look at that. Tenopoma's eating it. Breeding threadfin rainbows are a mop spawner, so you just want, you want a mop in there and you swap it out.
These guys look like 747s right here.
Yeah. So here's Vibra bites in the discus tank. We'll see if they eat it. So someone said their discus won't touch it. Looks like ours are chowing it down just fine. That guy's still super stressed. The big one.
These yellow fish are the lemon
Yep.
tetras, right? Yeah.
Exactly. I was putting all the food in here and I was wondering, like, why is no one eating it? I realized I just put it on top of the lily pad of the... It's all sitting on top, so I gotta... Yeah, this is what's called a micrantha lily. And so we don't sell it online. What makes it unique is the baby plants come out of the center of the leaf. So it doesn't propagate like a normal lily would.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy when it does.
Yeah. Kind of neat. What else we got? Someone asked about quarantine. I don't know what's in quarantine right now. Some flagfish.
Got some chocolate gouramis.
I bet you they won't eat this. I would bet you they won't, but I can't be sure. They're really picky eaters. Chocolate brownies are. We'd have to look what kind of molly this is. That I think it's a molly that we brought in. Might be the Campanche molly. I'm not sure.
We don't have any black knights at the store right now.
Nope.
Oh, there's red-eye puffers on the far right.
Oh yeah. Robert did tell me he brought those in. Are they still in here?
There's one. Oh, there he is.
Okay, let's see if they'll eat it. I
So these
doubt
are
it.
red-eye red-tail puffers.
Let's see if they'll eat it.
Oh, here's a good one.
Here, eat it, buddy.
They look very evil.
They are evil.
This is pretty territorial. I mean, we have 3 of them in here. As you can see, this one just it looked really colorful earlier, and then it just stopped. But supposedly they're pretty territorial. Yep, Corey's just going around feeding.
Feeding, that's what I do. I gotta feed all the time. Lots of food. Yeah, these a long time. The hockey stick tetra, the penguin tetra.
Yep.
First fish I ever bought, actually. When I was new as a hobbyist.
It's not the arrow puffer. It's definitely red eye, red tail, but I don't know the scientific name.
I'm heading back out in the main room. Unless they got questions.
You guys have any questions? Do you have any suggestions for them? No, it's just more suggestion questions.
I can do that too.
What's the food you're feeding them? We're feeding them Vibra bites.
Vibra bites is what we're feeding at the moment. Just because it's one of the things I picked up. And
So these are the
almost everything eats it.
Zis filters,
Yep.
fluidized beds. Any side effects to rhizome when gluing Anubias to rocks?
Yeah, if you put too much glue, you'll kill it. You know, you want to get just the roots on there. You don't want to glue the actual rhizome. You want the roots of from the rhizome. Well, that's really cool. The wind's starting to blow, and so you can see all the snow coming down.
Let's go take
That's
a look
our
at the
next problem
outside.
is all the snow. The wind's gonna start hitting. We're supposed to get like 70-mile-an-hour winds coming, and if you look, you can see all these giant trees in the background. Those are filled with snow and they push over. Look how much some of those are swaying up over there. Like in that top left of your screen there, they're really starting to sway. And they've already got some power lines with like the yellow tape and stuff on them over there, because they already know like these are highly likely to get knocked down. It's already sagging. So they know, like that's our problem. If we get snow and everyone's like, yeah, you got a little bit of snow, we have all the giant trees and then we get the wind and it just topples over and then we lose power. So that's kind of why we camp out at the store, and unfortunately have to be ready for very long, cold days. Bought extra generator even.
And see, the thing is, like, I lived in Ohio and stuff like that. We have salt trucks. They don't have salt trucks here. We don't have salt houses to keep them at or anything like that. It's
We
like,
have sand.
yeah, you guys have sand, but it's pretty.
The reason we don't have the salt is because it ruins the environment. Like we have so much water that runs off into the streams and the rivers that we have to be very careful how much salt we use, because we're not landlocked like a lot of states. So our runoff runs straight off into like oceans, rivers, streams, and it can be just catastrophic. So we limit the amount of salt, which is super good. Same with like de-icer, really works well. But because we're in a place that has so much runoff, and we're like nothing but hills here. We have giant hills everywhere.
Yeah.
So it poses them. I'm not gonna say a bigger problem than anywhere else, but we have unique challenges.
Yep.
Not everyone has.
So they're not as prepared for like a lot of snow like this. I lived here for 2 years and it hasn't snowed like this since I've been here. So
It's rare.
It's rare.
They say the last time we got this much snow was in 1991.
So yeah.
So, what is that, almost 30 years at this point? Not quite 30 years, obviously, but, it's been a while since I was a kid.
Do fish always scratch on plants due to ick?
No. So it just means that something is causing an irritant. Could be ick, could be velvet, could be any other external thing. Could be they literally just have something a little bit itchy. But if they're doing it like more than like once a day, that's usually a sign that something's going on. One of the biggest culprits when you don't see ick is actually pH. The pH is going down, so it's burning their skin a little bit. And so you want to get that pH back up. Yep.
Keep on walking around here.
Normally I would do something like fry food because it's way faster. Maybe I'll grab the fry food now because it's going to take forever if I just do it this way. Where do they have the fry food at? Hikari micro pellet. Or right here. Upside down. And almost empty.
Where does one get a filter like that? You can find it on our website, aquariumcoop.com.
They look like this right here. We sell a ton
Yep.
of them. We're the first to bring it into the USA.
So yeah, very easy to clean. All you need to do is take off that bottom right there, clean it once a month, and that's it. And the rest of it cleans itself.
I'm cheating on my own brand. It's because this is already here.
What are you doing?
This is Hikari micro pellets. Oh, there's a hole in each one? Come on. This is to watch Corey make a giant mess.
Corey doesn't have proper snow boots.
No, I don't. Get in there. There we go.
So does this fit inside that hole over there?
We're about to find out. Otherwise, I gotta cut a bigger hole. There we go.
So if you guys want to see anything or ask any questions that Corey can answer.
Come out once we start feeding. Yeah,
These are really big Hulu. They came in absolutely big this time.
yeah, it doesn't come out as fast because it's a thicker food, but
See, look at that one back there. The cube is right here. It's been doing good. I like the Tiger Lotus. The Erectus is pretty good. Seems the same as you always see it. Do you know if Scarlet Baddis eats Vibra bites?
does it? Is that what they're asking?
Yeah.
I have a feeling they won't, but we could try it.
Someone wants to know you're the coolest guy on the West Coast.
Wants to know if I am?
No, you are the coolest guy.
Thank you. Although, I'm pretty sure that can't be true, but...
Well, does this filter work horizontally?
No. It can work a little bit at a diagonal, but that's about as much as it can go. At horizontal, the air won't travel correctly.
Yeah, so Tiger Lotus doesn't need CO2.
Does not, no. Yeah, so like that whole tank right there, we're running micrantha lily, well, and so we do have a Tiger Lotus in there, and we have micrantha lily there. Neither of those tanks run CO2.
Yep.
Like you can run CO2 and they'll grow faster. CO2 typically just makes your plants grow faster. You know, and you can grow a few that you wouldn't normally be able to grow, but people assume that you have to have CO2 to grow a plant tank, and that's just not true.
Coolies are good for beginners, so
Yeah, I like them.
they're pretty hardy. Do we have any killifish? Yes, we have some orange Australia. This is a chocolate Australia that I took home yesterday. See, nice long tail right there. These two males sparring at the bottom. I really like those guys. And then we have the orange Australia here. Very, very colorful fish. Make sure you have a lid. That's about it. Corey's still going around feeding. So this is a Scarlet Baddis tank right here. There's one right there on the bottom. Is Easy Green Shrimp safe? Yes, it is.
Yep.
We have no fire eels. Let's see here. How many discus in a 100-gallon?
8.
8.
By 12, cull down to 8, so you have like 2 males and 6 females.
Good carpet plant with no CO2.
Good carpet?
Yeah.
Let me grab the Vibra bite. Well, I'll show you. I would say Cryptarva. Let me show you what that looks like.
How rare are
Right
pellets?
here. So when you buy it from us, sometimes it'll be already immersed grown, but this is, or submerged grown. This is immersed grown. So this is what we get it like. Comes in, it's got these immersed leaves that are going to die back, and all these little leaves come in. And so a carpet of this really small plant can be done in low light, even really easy, but it takes a long time. So that's the best one that I think is out there if you're not running CO2.
What's in the wife's tank? That's carpeting on the bottom.
Algae.
Besides algae, isn't it dwarf Sagittaria?
Yeah, we had tons and tons, but it doesn't stay real short. So, so I can show you something like dwarf Sag. Well, most plants, including dwarf Sag, where'd these guys get it? It depends on how much light they get to how tall they grow. So these guys make that.
Oh, look at all these shrimp right here.
Look at that, the Amazon puffers are eating it.
Puffers. Do you still sell low light packs?
No, so what we had happen was, when we sold the packs, people would order the pack and then they'd email us and tell us all the plants they wanted in it. And that defeated the whole purpose of the plant pack. The plant pack was, we choose the plants, easy to pack, quick to pack, we gave a discount. But when everyone was emailing to be like, well, I want these 8 plants or these 18 plants, it didn't make sense. So we discontinued it, now you just order the plants. So yeah. What were we going to show though? So it's this, it was parva, but there was something else that I could show you. Oh yes, the dwarf sag, that's what it was. So dwarf sagittaria, depending on, so like right here, we're converting. So number one thing, like these rounder leaves back here, they're nice and round. Those are grown out of water. The ones that kind of come to more of a point, these have been grown underwater, right? So like this leaf is an underwater leaf, comes to a point. So they're only about this tall right now, but if we go look up front, in the cardinal tetra tank, this is all dwarf sagittaria as well. So if you back up a little bit, I can show. So you see here where the light is the dimmest in this corner, because we're only running one central light, where it's the dimmest, much taller, right? Over here, where it starts getting more light, we start getting it lower. And the kind of same thing with that sword. Because it's like directly under the light, it's staying super squatty on this sword. If we move the light to the back, that sword will get way taller. So plants in general grow to towards light. And so if you give them a ton of light, then typically they will stay short. If they're starving for light, they will get taller. So depending on what you want to do in your aquarium, you can kind of play with that. So like I know in the 800 gallon, I want lots of very tall Vallisneria. We're only running 4 of the flu ball bites. Where if I wanted to keep it shorter, I might put 8 or 12 of them on there. So, you know, that's what you kind of got to think about. No one ever thinks about that because like you just grow a plant, right? But the way you want it to grow comes into that. And that's, most people struggle with, can I even get this to grow? And then when you graduate from that level where you're successful with most plants, then you get to a point where, how do I want it to grow? Do I want it to be more pink? Do I want it to be more green? Do I want it to be more purple than pink? Do I want it to be tall? Do I want it to be short? And all those things. You start changing parameters like lighting and different fertilizers to pull that off. So
is that the same thing with jungle bell, someone said?
Yeah, yep, same thing. It goes for pretty much every single plant. You can change how it's going to grow and look. Perfect example here. Oh, that's a horrible sound. Perfect example here would be this Ludowigia, right? So look at the bottom of it. So the bottom of it's green, right? So we can see this leaf plant right here. It's all green. As it gets towards the top, though, we start seeing reds and bronzes coming in. That's because it's getting more light. See? So as you look underneath it, it's more green, and then it gets more light. So if we put twice as much light on this tank, this plant we could make a nice dark red, and we dose a little bit extra iron. That's only if we want to do that, though. So, you know, it depends on what you're looking to do. This little piece of Styroganier pens, we'll put that down in here. And then right here, this is some Crypt Parva. That's what these are. Right here, Crypt Parva. Crypt Lucens back here. That's what that guy is. A little bit bigger Crypt Lucens. So, yeah. 2 goldfish for a 30-gallon, 2 Ryukins in particular. I think that's a bit much. When they're young, like obviously this size would be fine, probably till they're about, you know, the size of, what do you call it, like a small orange. That would be okay, but after that, you're going to have to upgrade their size. So, cool rock. Another tip, if your local store will let you, when you're buying rocks, get them wet, because they always look cooler. Like, you get to see what they're actually going to look like instead of looking, you know, dusty. You can actually see what is this going to look like in my aquarium. So,
what's a good example of safe paint for PVC decorations?
I don't have it on me, but the only paint that I know to be water safe for plastic would be Krylon, Krylon, Fusion, Fusion. I used to buy it at Kmart and Fred Meyer's, but Kmart's out of business now. but it's made by Rust-Oleum, I think, and it's Krylon Fusion. If you Google it, you should be able to pull it up. And I can show you, we have some in the store actually that we've used. So like at this point it'd be 3-4 years ago, we painted the overflows and stuff in Murphy's tank. So that's what the intake is. Right there, you can see some white on it. That's because the plecos have eaten it off. So kind of the same thing on the return. We can get a better picture over here. Right here, we have, this is all Krylon Fusion. So this, out of the water, no pleco ever ate on it, comes down here, then the plecos rasp on it, and over years, they start getting little scrapes on it. So that is Krylon Fusion, and I can say this, like I've had it with puffers for many years. I trust it, I've never had a problem, but, you know, realize we are putting paint in an aquarium, so, you know, don't hold me accountable if something goes horribly wrong, basically. Yeah. What else do we want to see today? Anything, guys? We can cut it loose if we need to. People are bored.
If I were to breed my Corridoras, would guppies eat the eggs?
No, usually the eggs are going to be too big for the Corridoras, or for the guppies, but typically Corridoras will eat their own eggs. So you want to harvest them. And before I used a credit card to do that. There's a video somewhere on the channel that shows how to do that. But someone said that the new mag float scrapers work really well, like these ones over here, which I want to try next time I have Cory eggs. But they say basically that the scraping blade that's right here, because it's on the inside, you can just collect all the corridor eggs around on the glass and then bring it to the top, remove this, and go put it into another tank to raise them. And I think that's kind of a genius idea. I haven't got a chance to try it yet, but you know, those are tips where I feel like that's a good tip because that seems so crazy that it's got to work, you know.
All our guppies are $18.99 here.
All of our like individual fancy pairs.
Yeah. Except for the wilds are different.
Well, we don't have any wild guppies,
yeah.
But like just normal fancy guppies are like $3.99.
I mean, I'm sorry, bettas, not guppies.
Oh, bettas.
Yeah.
Yes, all bettas are $18.99 except for wild, and that's because when we make something like this this crown tail here, if we make that guy cheaper, people don't give it a good home. They're like, oh, that one's only $5. Great, then I'm going to not take care of it as well. Like, there's a percentage of customers that will buy fish going, well, my family's probably going to kill this, so I don't want to spend a lot of money. And we try to discourage that, so we use, you know, like, oh, it's $19. Why is it so expensive? It's like, well, you should be buying a pet based on you want that pet as opposed to the price. And so pick out any betta then and realize it's an investment. That being said, even our higher end bettas, like when we get really cool koi bettas and the golds and all that, they're still only $18.99. So everything high and low for the fancy bettas are $18.99. Yeah.
So I wanted to show these guys real quick.
Yeah.
The diamond head neon tetras. They may not look cool, right? They look like little glitter pieces, but when you look at them from like here, it looks like a nebula or a star on their head. It's just a bunch of glitter. So these have been getting really popular. They're a staple at the store now.
I'm thinking about putting those in the 800 gallon.
That would be so cool.
But I gotta get rid of the archer fish. You can show these guys off. These are all yellow king tiger plecos bred by Dean. Water's murky because we just fed, but would we like to move to what? A better, what would we ever?
St. Louis.
No. No way.
We do stock thread fins. We just showed them earlier. And yeah, that's not many questions left.
Yeah, we probably gotta go help finish packing and check again to see if our plants have arrived. We have 7 giant boxes of plants that are maybe in from Arizona. We'll see. We'll try and, well, hopefully we never get to this again because my store being closed loses us tons of money. Like, so you have Jimmy and I. There's 2 more employees next door. There's another employee down the road, and then or down the way, and then there's 3 more employees that couldn't come into work today. We're paying paid time off, but you know this keeps up, and it's going to be hard for people. So hard for me too, like to make less money. Like we're down quite a bit. We're down about 25% revenue so far this month, which is brutal. Not nearly as brutal if it's like a Tuesday, but on the weekend, being closed on a Saturday. If you guys have ever been here, you know it's slam packed in here. So. Yeah, not good, but you know, we'll get through it. I'm not worried that we're gonna get through it, but it's gonna be a little bit difficult. So, yeah,